It is time for your daily reading. Use the oracle cards and the tarot cards, and it will be a card combination tutorial as well as your personalized reading. So you have to choose 1, 2 or 3. And for the bundle you get all of these. So then for each pile you choose 1, 2 or 3, and it is situation, block and advice. So for each pile here is situation, block and advice. So let's get started. Okay, so you get Baldur Rebirth with 9 of Swords. So that means overcoming where you have a lot of regrets, where you have fear, doubts and disbeliefs, where you are laying awake at night worrying. So whatever thoughts are, circling in your head, and you're very, worried about something. This is about building up your strength as well. So whatever is happening now is actually there to make you stronger and more resilient. So I'm going to pull a few runes for you as well. This is about, society. There is something going on in society that maybe you have a reaction against. Maybe you want to also free yourself from some restraints of the society or where you're living. If you feel stuck, getting a better life for yourself. And it comes with enjoying what you're doing. They say you have to enjoy what you do. If you don't enjoy what you do, you're just going to end up struggling, like being in the struggle. So you have to enjoy what you're doing, and you have to take the initiative now to better your life on some level. Okay, 1, 2 or 3. We're going to find out some more. Okay. So situation, you get the Devil card. So that can mean there are, you're being controlled by someone is doing the wrong thing. The Devil also speaks of, temptation, feeling tempted by something. And maybe you also see things that you don't agree with and not knowing what to do about it. And the block position, you get 10 of 1. So maybe you feel like you work a lot for little. Like maybe you feel like there's someone kind of taking the profits, or you're working for someone else to get rich, or maybe you feel like you're always working and you never get to enjoy your life. So the cure here is actually a relationship, a fun, loving relationship. You need balance. You can't just be working. You can't just be focusing on tasks. So they're saying to focus more on a relationship that will bring you happiness. I'm going to pull some runes as well for this. Get some more information for you. And I get Tivas. Tivas is about sacrifices, actually. So make sure you don't sacrifice too much. You need balance. You need more freedom in your life. You need less restraint. You might feel like you have a lot of restraints on you and not as much enjoyment. And I feel like it is the work that you're doing. So you might have to free up your life and make it more fun and have some more boundaries there, because there have been a lot of obligations. Fun and duties, they have to be in balance. So let's have a look at the second one. Okay, so here you get Ace of Cups with, and remember the general meaning was these cards here, Baldur with, rebirth with 9 of Swords. So for you it's an emotional renewal, and the block here is 4 of Pentacles. So that means that you could be hoarding and having a bit of your thoughts could be very much, you could have internalized a lot. They're saying too much internalized and too much hoarding of stuff. Focus on your family, focus on the people in your family. I'm going to pull a rune for you. I got EVAS, which is EVAS is actually about strength as well. It's about it basically means a tree. So it has some references to Yggdrasil. So it basically means never give up, never surrender, no matter what. Because you have to look at the big picture now. There is a light at the end of the tunnel, and they're saying you're a very sensitive person. And you could be a bit oversensitive and take things personal that really were never meant to be personal. This has to do with you growing and you being connected to all that's good in your life, you know, things that makes life worth living, you know. And I also feel like there's going to be a more adventure as well. So you need to let go a little bit of your fear of, you know, what you feel like you can't control, and do a little bit more work on trusting as well. I feel like you are a very committed person, and that's great. So that's working for you. But I also feel like you also need a little bit more fun in your life. And try and think of your life in a very optimistic way. It's very easy to be very sort of on the defense. And I think you overthink a lot of things, I feel. Okay. The third one. So you get Queen of Wands with Temperance crossing. So that means that someone could be, someone in your life could be very much bringing out the worst in you rather than the best in you. And you get Hail here, so this is like hanging on to something that maybe is not for your highest good as well. And they're saying the advice, you know, you're getting the Chariot, so that is moving forward and using your willpower. So there's something that where you have to be in moderation, where maybe Temperance means moderation and patience and all these things, but you can have too much of that as well, and it's a nice time for action, time to move forward. Things were so maybe too balanced to the point where it became imbalanced. Also the way you when you meditate, when you do your spiritual practice, they're saying there is a block there. It's a bit of a fear of connecting to the Creator of all. There could be some fears that is, you know, inherited into you. That there's a fear of God. That is very common to have. So they just say they want you to connect to God, to the Creator of all, you know, free from any fears, and just have trust. It's a loving energy that you're connecting to. So, and they're saying this is, you know, you have a very strong will, and you can overcome anything in your life. It's just that you're very, you know, you're so kind and caring. I feel that sometimes you let people kind of take advantage of that a little bit, and you become like almost too accommodating, you know. And when Temperance means two elements working together in harmony, but when it's, you know, crossed like that, and one element is not working in harmony, and another element has to accommodate. So it could be a bad friendship or relationship, or something in your life that maybe worked for a while, but maybe it's not really serving you at the moment anymore. I'm going to pull a card for you from the Destiny deck. And maybe you're very stubborn as well and hanging on, you know, and it's causing you a little bit of causing you some angst at the moment. So, giving, yeah, see, there we go. Pull the giving card. Giving and trust. So you maybe you are the one always giving and trusting, maybe even a little bit in the wrong person or people or situations. So they're saying there's something you have to move on from, they're saying. So that was my daily message, and I talk to you again tomorrow. Bye.